Thank you, Prabhat, for this wonderful introduction. Good morning, everyone. My name is Prabhu. We are basically from Bangalore. So before we move on, congratulations, Sonali. So inspiring your story was, great job, and congratulations to Remy as well. So good. So we are basically from Bangalore. I'm married. I've been blessed with two beautiful daughters. The elder one is about 15 years. Younger one is about 11 years. I've been working in the IT industry. I started my career way back in 2000, and it's been almost 23 years, since I'm in this industry. So how come, from IT industry, to wellness, right? So was there any connection? Yes, I never thought that, I would be in, contributing in wellness industry as well. But, it all started, because of, my mom, few years back, she had a lot of health concerns, right? If you talk about health concerns, I mean, sometimes it is so scary that, she had, arthritis, she had ischemic heart disease, she had a vertigo, low BP, multiple health challenges. So a few years back, very often, at least once in 5 or 6 months, she used to get admitted in the hospital, right? And every time, when we take her to the hospital, the mundane normal test that doctors used to recommend, and a relief used to happen, but then it was not a kind of long-term relief, only about 1 or 2 months and things like that, and then back to square one. And this was actually going on and on and on for many years, right? And we actually took her to multiple specialists here in Bangalore. You name it, one of the top hospitals here. Not just that, we actually took her to Ayurvedic, homeopathy, Unani. If you name it, we are ready to take her, because we were so looking forward for our mom's health reversal. And that is where WQ actually came as a blessing, right? So thanks to Unna, who's been guiding my mom earlier. Today it's such a blessing that my mom, it's been more than 10 years, she's out of all medication, right? What price tag we could put someone who can actually come out of all the health challenges, right? Today my mom is absolutely hale and healthy for her age. Last December, she celebrated a 74th birthday, and she's absolutely doing well, for given her age. Thanks to God, thanks to this community, it's such a blessing, that my mom has come out of all those things, right? So yes, it actually started from my mom. Now that's where our elder daughter was also born a few years back, right? Almost 15 years back. So after the delivery, Joyce, my wife, had few concerns in terms of her lactation and things like that. So whatever some of the supplements my mom was using, right, especially the garlic and protein powder, we just started giving it to Joyce, and we were able to see a tremendous difference in Joyce's health. Right. So right there, one side, my mom's health was actually, getting better and better. On the other side, Joyce's health was actually, I mean, we were able to see tremendous, results within a span of 1 or 2 weeks of time, right? And that actually gave us more confidence, right? Something that it is a very different approach altogether. It is a very holistic approach altogether, right? And these were some of the points which actually drew my attention, right? If this could actually help so many things, so big things for my family, why not explore more things? But then over a period of time, being busy with job and multiple job stress and things like that, somewhere slightly deviated, got off track, right? And got onto some older habits and things like that. And then that's where we were also expecting our second child, right, Sarah? So that's where we were also expecting our second child, and I was growing well in my career. So got into a very sedentary lifestyle and things like that. And so that's where we realized that we have to transform our own health, right? I just realized that I had put on weight almost about 10 to 14 kgs, right? And Joyce, because of her post-pregnancy weight, she was also had put on more weight. And that's where we actually decided, saying that, okay, something we need to do for our health. That's where we actually took health a little more seriously, right? And we both got onto this wellness program, and we just saw the flyer a few seconds back. Yes, thank you. Together we actually lost 26 kilos, right? We ourselves couldn't believe, right? I mean, our family members, immediate family members were absolutely surprised, saying that, okay, now how come, you were able to, do this kind of transformation, right? Because that's where even the COVID also got started, work from home and, money, multiple other things. People, when people were actually, putting on more weight, we were actually, getting healthier and healthier, right? So after this transformation, my interest towards wellness got deeper and deeper. I really now want to understand what is this holistic approach, right? How come there are so many other organizations who've been doing this, but not much results? But what is so different from WQ, right? So I started getting into a deeper aspect of understanding and things like that. So that's where I understood through WQ's wellness is not just about physical well-being. It's about mental, your spiritual, your social, multiple things, right? So I started learning more and more and things like that. But we actually hit some of the tough phases as well, right? During once the pandemic started, when there was kind of job challenge in so many places, industry itself, I too face some kind of job challenge, right? And it's been almost more than 2 years since I was actually out of job. Can you imagine being in Bangalore, two children studying in international schools and things like that? I mean, we did go through a tough time, but thanks to this community, because that is where we were able to draw that inspiration, that hope from. And you know what? Because of the mentorship program that is available, we were actually already debt free from 7 years, right? A big thanks to my coach Indian, because through this guidance program, through this wellness community, that's where I realized it's not about how much money that we make. It's about what do we do with that money, right? So because of that mentorship, we were able to come out of all the debts many years back. Although this setback actually came in our life, but we were not really very shaken, right? We were like cool, things were going fine, as though nothing has happened, right? That's because of some of the fundamentals we actually were able to learn from this community, right? That's where I realized, yes, wellness is also financial well-being, right? Wellness is all about keeping our cool all the time, right? I can today vouch, say I'm about 45 now, and in the last few years, I could very well vouch in terms of my health. The number of sick leaves that I've taken, it's very minimal than compared to my team who are much younger than me, right? So that is the kind of difference I'm able to see myself. See, I'm a pakka foodie, right? I've been in Bangalore. If you ask me, I mean, I live towards the eastern part of Bangalore, very commercial. You'll be surprised, right? You'll be surprised. In one go, I used to have 2 biryanis. I used to have 40 idlis. I used to have one loaf of bread. I used to have 12 bananas. Can you imagine? That is how foodie was, right? And then I used to realize, how come I put on weight, right? So, so that is the kind of background that I come from, right? But thanks to this wellness lifestyle, and I mean my entire mindset about actually wellness got changed. It's a paradigm shift, is what I could say, right? Once I understood the fundamentals of it, I was just thinking, what? How much of torture I was actually giving it to my body, right? So thanks to this community for helping me realize, and after I got into the deeper aspect of it, I started realizing how our body behaves. It gives me more confidence in taking care of myself, as well as impacting lot many other people, right? So in the last few years, if you actually look at it's not just of my weight loss, it's about a sustainable weight loss, right? It's been almost 2 years now since I achieved my health goal. And today, when I check my weight, it's almost about 72.3, right? It's been hovering between 500 grams plus or minus. So I'm super happy that I've not only lost my weight, but also able to sustain my weight loss, right? I mean, that is where the real crux of the program, comes here. That is where I feel WQ actually stands out, right? So having said that, our own personal transformation, mine's and my Joyce's transformation, my mom's health, all this transformation has really impacted or given me a bigger vision, saying that what kind of opportunity is available in front of me to impact people, right? So that's where me and Joyce, we together, started working, much more, a deeper sense, helping more people. Of course, we have been helping a lot of people in losing weight and things like that. But some of the intangible, some of the emotional things that we have been getting is when people say, what, because of you guys, today my daughter, my son is completely out of all these nebulizations and then all these medicines and things like that. That is priceless, right? You won't believe, during pandemic, we were able to help almost about 20 to 30 families to overcome, their COVID, increase their immunity, right? Have a faster recovery. That is priceless, right? There's some people say, your name is Prabhu, but you're really a Prabhu, right? I mean, this is the kind of feedback, but of course, once we have the right kind of guidance and things like that, anybody can be able to do that impact. But you know what? All these things actually, keeps me, going, because being in the IT industry for so many years, I don't think so I'll have an opportunity to say, what, I impacted this company, I impacted this team. But here, what, I have a platform, I have an opportunity to say, what, somebody was actually impacted just because of doing certain things, right? So not just this, we have a few ladies, whom we've been able to help overcome their cycles being irregular. In fact, when people say, what, they got conceived after so many years of marriage. Can you imagine, after trying so many different ways, which is costly treatment and things like that, and suddenly through this program, just getting onto the fundamentals and then conceiving? I mean, it's just mind blowing, actually, right? Forget about everyone. My mom today, any kind of health concern, if let's say if she goes to her sister's place or brother's place, let's say some kind of headache or something happens, what she says? Why don't you call up Prabhu and Joyce? Just ask them, what tablet that I need to take. In her mind, what? We are our doctors. One thing is really, really emotional for me. You know what? A few years back, my mom said, Prabhu, although I have given you birth, through this program, you and Joyce have given me a rebirth. That actually, what? Gives me goosebumps, right? What price tag, I could put when I get this kind of feedback from my own mom, right? So if I could able to do this to my mom, how many moms, how many dads, how many children, that we could help through this community? Because it's not just about Joyce and Prabhu, right? We are just somewhere very minuscule of this entire universe. But you know what? This WQ has given such a beautiful platform that if you are willing to learn, if you are willing to grow, anybody can impact. I feel honored and privileged to talk in this forum, because talking here in this stage as a WQ coach, in my opinion, I feel it is a kind of getting a degree from an IIM or IIT, right? People may have a different opinion, but this is the kind of opinion that I have, right? So I do not take this lightly. So I want to take this in a big way, right? We want to be WQ's a bigger goal, right? I know that WQ's vision of by 2025 is impacting 1 million. We want to impact 1,000 people every single year. I want to be a contribution for that. How about that, right? And that is what we are looking for, right? So so I'm super excited, about this, the way how things are and how things are actually, coming ahead in the next few years and things like that. And wellness is something where everybody is required, right? COVID, no COVID, online, not online, doesn't really matter. Wellness is something where everybody requires, right? So this is something where we think that it's a great opportunity to leverage. One is definitely a self-awareness, because if I am aware of certain things, I know for sure I have to do the certain things and take care of my health and then my children's health. And next thing is, there's a great platform, great opportunity to impact people, right? So what else, do I want that, right? So with that, I am done. Wish you all the best to everyone. Thank you, Prabhat. Back to you.